I cannot believe that Dance Moms attempted to tackle the intricacies of bathroom rights for trans people through a children's dance competition. Man, I love this show. Today I'll be discussing Q from season 7, episode 19 of Dance Moms, choreographed by fellow legend and superstar Laurieann Gibson. The costumes are really interesting because they're better suited for a play or a musical rather than a dance competition. Their blouses, skirts, dresses, Camryn's in like ripped jeans and a flannel, bust down braids. But I will say barefoot with like regular people clothes on just looks weird to me. Put them in like character shoes. It's not that crazy of a dance. Or put them in half soles or jazz shoes, unless you're doing like a really grungy, modern, contemporary dance, or even like a lyrical dance, or like acro or something. I just don't understand like barefoot dancing. It's just a little too out there. And especially because the dance is about bathrooms. Girl, we're in public restrooms going barefoot? Really? Really, Laurieann, that's what we do? The dance is more suited for like a showcase, or a concert, or a music video, or like some type of like public dance performance, and the costumes really reflect that. The costumes show that Laurieann is professionally focused, and she comes from the professional dance world, so coming to the competition world, there are still some things that she has to learn. Did I just list still some things that you have to learn? Laurieann was really adamant about wanting to like break the mold and give them the experience of working with a true professional, someone who has like choreographed for Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and like all these superstars. Maybe someday she'll choreograph for me, give them the ability to like work with her. She's all about contemporary movement, modern movement, expressive movement. There was a lot of like Horton technique in the dance. This is truly modern dance and choreography. Not like Abby Lee Miller modern, where it's just, I'm doing like body rolls in an elbow stand. It's like true modern that you would get in like a college dance course. And if you're interested in learning all you can about self-improvement and Dance Moms, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me, friend. Thank you. Kalani starts the number off with a lot of energy, and her movements are so clean and so precise. And then Camryn runs on, and she creates this gorgeous tableau of being like kind of caught in the middle between one side and another side, one bathroom and another bathroom. As like crazy as that sounds. One thing I've noticed with Kalani is that she needs more maturity in her expression. Her movement with her body is so mature and so advanced and so spectacular. But then the facial expressions and the like character portrayals are just a bit juvenile. It's like she's dancing like a senior, like a teen, like a professional, honestly. But then the facials are like, for a mini junior, like doesn't fully grasp the story. I just need her to grasp more of the story through her face, even in numbers like this. One big gripe I have with this dance, there's so many thematic symbols and issues that are not being taken as seriously as I think they should. This is like a serious topic, trans rights, like the public perception of trans people. They're just like dancing about it. Woo. Without like a clear statement, right? Without like a clear point of view, I guess. I guess the point of view is like everyone has a right to the bathroom, but it's just, it can be a little muddy throughout parts of the dance. Based on her costume, Nia would be such a good pink lady in Grease. Just putting that out there. Brynn can act. Okay, here's the thing. Brynn can act, but her acting is so subdued and like internal almost that it's really suited for film and TV. So when I see her on the screen, I'm like, oh yeah, she is making choices. But when it's like a wide shot or you think of it from like an audience perspective, yeah, she is definitely not acting big enough. She needs Alyssa Edwards, bigger. They go to a saute, but is the saute in like a full parallel 6 or are we in second? I need that to be clear. The movements need more freedom. The movements need more head freedom. The movements need more like contraction in the torso, more like ab. It's a modern movement, it's expressive movement. It has to be a little bit different than what they're used to. On their grand pas de chat, they need to end in a tight 5th. They were kind of ending in 4th or like not really ending it at all and just kind of like going into the next move. It really has to be that tight 5th. Even though it's a jazz pirouette and we're like stepping in on a parallel foot, it can't be a turned in foot. A couple of girls stepped in on a turned in foot, and then Kalani fell out of her turn, which I was like gagged by, like, really? Kalani? That was so much disappointment for like a 10-year-old dance video. There were also like bent legs in the turns, bent supporting legs, feet weren't completely touching passe, Kalani fell out of the turn. It was just like, for a triple pirouette, that should be like pretty standard by now, y'all. After the jeté to second, I would love to see them really hit coupe, really get to that coupe position. On the back attitude turn, shoulders down, and really make sure that we're hitting back attitude. The knee has to be higher than the foot, and the foot has to be in line with the shoulder. And you also wanna make sure that you're keeping like your seatbelt on, so the opposite shoulder is connected to the opposite hip, and you're keeping that like squareness in torso. Hips and shoulders in line with one another, stacked on top of one another. Kendall, I would love to see the 4-star releve. I would love to see that foot pushed into the ground. That leap into the lift was so scary. I did not think they were gonna catch her. She is like hanging on by a thread. She's like pulling Brynn's ponytail for dear life so she can hang on. It's not the best. She does not look supported in the slightest, and her foot is like damn near touching the ground already. They need to work that out. After the pas de bourrées, they're stepping in on turned-in feet. It is modern, it's contemporary, but we're not doing like that type of movement. So you really do have to still keep in mind, are you parallel or are you turned out? The hitch kick, they were like really hunched forward, trying to get the illusion of the leg higher. But if you actually pull up, the leg will go higher by itself and it'll look like really bigger and grander. This is where I noticed Camryn's makeup. The makeup is so extreme. The brows are like James Charles block brow. And then she has like a little bit of stubble, I think, and like really harsh dark contour. To the point where she almost reads like butch lesbian instead of like trans man. And this is when things started getting muddy for me, because I was like, is she like a lesbian who's afraid to use the women's restroom because of what she looks like? Or is she a trans man? Or is she like non-binary and doesn't know which side she wants to go? Through the costume, through the makeup, through the choreography, have her do like more masculine jumps or something. There was a way to like portray this. I just don't think we did it. Especially if she starts off as a man. Have her come through the men's room first. Too many questions. I'm left with too many questions, but maybe that's the point. I love that Camryn's movements choreographically get more feminine as the number progresses. She gets like a lot more hip and a lot more body roll, and a lot more sensuality to her movement. And it's a great portrayal of her acceptance of her femininity. The barrel roll at the end as like Camryn leaps over them was like super, super cool and like really, really striking. It would be the thing that you walk away remembering from the number. As Camryn approaches the men's bathroom, as she does the jumps over them, I really do love the look of despair. She's acting her off in this number. She's really giving them the story. As she's finally accepted into the women's restroom, I love, again, Camryn's acting, like the smile, the relief on her face as she's finally accepted and welcomed to the restroom. But I wish the girls were making more acting choices that showed like their support of Camryn. It just kind of was like, oh yeah, I guess join us in the bathroom, yeah. For this to be such a different style of dance, this is a really clean number for the girls. They picked up the new style pretty seamlessly. The storytelling throughout the dance could have been improved greatly. I wish there was more of an us versus them storyline. Like, why were Kalani and Nia hanging out at the men's bathroom in the beginning? I just wish there was more of a clear storyline and clear acting choices and clear choreographic choices throughout the number. But I think we lost a lot of those acting moments because of the newness of the choreography. For my standout performer, hands down, it has to be Camryn. My sister ate down to the house down boots. Mama Roo, how are you? She gave me story. She gave me technical proficiency. 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 She gave me expression. She gave me the willingness to really go there. She embraced her character wholeheartedly, and that's superstar legend behavior. She's a superstar, she's a legend, and I cannot wait to work with her someday. The dance ended up getting second overall, but it definitely wasn't a competition winning number, and I don't think it's a number that was aiming to win a competition, especially I think if they were in the teen division. The choreo was actually difficult. For as like simple and simplistic as it looked, it's like deceptively difficult. The costuming was lacking, the plot was lacking, the movement quality was new, and it's a difficult number to judge because it so obviously was not created to be judged, it was created to be seen and to be like almost like digested by an audience, which is kind of the opposite of a competition number. This would be the perfect piece to feature in like a college dance recital or some type of like arts festival or something. I am glad that this is a topic that we can discuss and we can bring to light how important trans people are and the trans perspective is and how much they need to be included and integrated into our society, not assimilated, but seen as a necessary whole as they are without having to change anything, as funny as that is, without having to change anything about themselves. Trans rights are human rights, period. This is a very strong piece. It's just being performed in the wrong venue. All right, friend, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can go ahead and watch one of my other videos. And if no one else has told you this today, I believe in you and I know that your dreams are gonna come true. Until next time, is there like a trans pose or something? Bye! Trans rights.